Well, now to money news. Let's get to that here at 4 o'clock. U.S. employers adding a stellar 250,000 jobs last month and boosting average pay by the most in nearly a decade in an effort to attract and keep workers. Labor Department's monthly jobs report, the last major economic data before the November 6th election, also shows the unemployment rate remained at a 5-decade low of 3.7%. For the first time in over a generation, there are more open positions than there are people looking for work. Well, with so many jobs to fill, recruiters are frantically trying to find qualified candidates. So what do you do if you get a call from someone like this guy? Our guest is Steve Yakesh. He is an executive search expert with Versique. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you.
So let's talk about why there's so many open positions. Give me the short spiel on that, if you would.
Yeah, I think the two major headlines are the economy's good and companies are growing, and that's the same here in the Twin Cities, across the nation as well. The second piece, baby boomers are leaving the marketplace by the thousands, depending on what report you read, and upwards of 10 to 17,000 baby boomers are retiring every week in this country.
How does the process work for you as a recruiter? How are you finding these people to get in touch with?
Yeah, so it's a lot of recruiting passive candidates or candidates that aren't actively seeking employment. On any given point, there's only probably 10 to 15% of individuals that are actively looking or seeking new employment. So our clients come to Versique, they ask us to cast a really broad net, and that requires us to recruit directly out of companies.
So what happens if you say, my phone rings and you're on the other end of the line? How should I respond to that?
Well, I think a couple things. If I leave a voicemail, take some time, go online. Pretty much every recruiter has a profile on LinkedIn. Go and do some research. See if that recruiter has your expertise in your field. And if so, pick the phone back up and give them a call.
There are other things that you can do to make yourself stand out in a conversation that can help you. Let's say right now you're not looking to move on, but you will in the short term or near term. Talk about that. What kinds of things would leave a good impression?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, I think it's always good to build that relationship with a recruiter, because they're going to call you with opportunities. But if it's not a good opportunity for you, it may be an opportunity that you can refer to a family member, a friend, a colleague, etc. But when you do get that call and you want to stand out, I always really try to give guidance to know really three major things. Be able to articulate what type of company I really want to work for, the size, the personality, the culture, the values of that organization, the specific position or responsibilities that I want to take on, and then lastly is what is my career projection? Where do I want to be not only in my next job, but where do I want to be 3 and 5 years from now?
So a lot of interviewing takes place as pre-interviews that take place over the phone. That's really great advice to apply to that to make yourself stand out. What are other things that you would suggest to people?
Well, I think be yourself, be honest. You know, I think anytime that you're making a job transition or potentially looking to make a change, don't make a change to make a change. You want to make a change to go somewhere that you can build a career. So if you're not honest throughout the interview process or the people you're interacting with during the interview process, you may not understand if that's truly the right fit for you if you do make that change. Good.
Some good information here today. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. We're going to post information, Steve's tips, on KARE11.com. All you have to do is look at the 4 p.m. home page.